What is up, everybody, and welcome back to a new video. For today's video we have Jax in the jungle, and just like the title says, today's video is an epic gameplay. I mean, we managed to get a 4-minute pentakill, first dragon team fight, and we managed to pick up a pentakill. As right here we are starting off our red, then we've moved on to a blue as Jax is trying to invade. Nami does a great job of holding him off as a team fight breaks out, but right here Corky, he got bursted down a little bit too quick. We managed to pick up a kill, but it was a 2-for-1 trade, and sadly Graves did manage to pick up the kill. As you could see right there, it was a bit too fast maybe, but pause it if you would like. As right here we do respawn, and we thankfully managed to pick up the river scuttle on their side of the map. And right here Jarvan and Graves, we did have a level up on Graves, and Jarvan was low on mana, but Yasuo didn't commit, so we just back off and do some more farming. And right here, Jarvan and Graves do a gank on Yasuo. As right here, we pop a third ability, and we managed to pick up. As right here, I didn't think that the red buff would actually pick him up, so we end up flashing. But our red buff did end up killing him. So it was kind of a waste of a flash. But right here is where the epicness begins. So the ocean drake does spawn up, and we're just pinging, we're spam pinging like I'm on my way. So we did manage to pick up Jarvan, but he has respawned. As right here my team does a great job of getting them all low, so I immediately go for Graves as we do manage to stun, but Sona was so low, so we pick her off. And here Graves does flash out, but our red buff does slow as Orianna comes in, but Misfortune flashes right into us. We pick up a triple kill. We get a quadra kill on Orianna. Yasuo ultimates here, and we manage to pick up a pentakill. I mean, all in all right there was just greatly played by my teammates. I mean, they managed to get everybody so low. They got Graves really low. And all I had to do when I got there was just make sure I go for the right targets, and honestly everything just lined up. You know, Graves was already at half health, so I just aimed for him, but then Sona was there and I managed to stun her and pick up that easy kill on her. And then the rest, we just, you know, everybody was so low, Misfortune flashed into us, we just picked it up. And right here Graves and Jarvan, two-man Yasuo, so we jump in, get ultimated by Jarvan. Yasuo picks up the kill on Jarvan, and right here watching it back, I'm actually really mad at myself that I didn't play more aggressive. I don't know why, but right here we do manage to catch Graves again. He does dash away from our stun, but at this point we were so far ahead of because we got the pentakill, we managed to pick up the Trinity Force, so our power spike was much ahead of his. And right here I really wasn't confident in going for the Rift Herald because of my life, so I ended up resetting and do some more farming, and then we came back, but we do manage to pick it up. But all in all, man, this game, even though we managed to pick up a pentakill, I was just looking back at it, we made a little bit too many mistakes where we should have went a little bit more aggressive at plays. And right here we do rotate bottom to the dual lane. We pop a third ability, we flash in, jump, but Misfortune did have her flash ready as well. And this game as well, Misfortune was also fed. I mean, she played fantastic on the enemy's team. She did crazy amounts of damage in the late game. And right here we do have the Rift Herald as the Infernal Drake does spawn up. So the entire time right here I was thinking, okay, I want to release the Rift Herald in the mid lane so that we could split off and do the Infernal Drake, sort of like a distraction. As right here our team does another great job of zoning out the players, so we managed to pick up a kill on Sona. And right here I do release the Rift Herald as Misfortune gets caught in the bubble, we managed to stun her and pick up another kill. So As soon as I picked up that kill on Misfortune, I just split off and go for the Infernal Drake right away and release. And the Rift Herald does manage to pick up the turret. So right there we use it as a little bit distraction. We're getting better at releasing those Rift Heralds. We're learning a bit more. And we managed to pick up 2 dragons right now. So we have the Dragon Lead, we have Ocean Drake, and Infernal Drake. So right here, I did notice that Graves was farming up his drugs. And right here, we do manage to get some decent damage on him. But all in all, I think it's just Graves, man. He had his flash and his dash ready. And right here was the worst possible thing we could have done. We gave Misfortune, like she was the only player on the team that was doing really, really well. And we ended up giving her the shutdown. If you look, she is 6-2, we are 9-2, and she has a 4K lead on our Corki, our AD, a 4,000 gold lead. And giving her the shutdown was probably the worst things we could have done in this game, because like you see right here, she was the only person on the team that was dealing massive amount of damage. And in the entire team, we gave her the shutdown, which also was the worst thing we did, you know. So all in all, poorly played by myself right there. And right here, I mean, Orianna just want nothing to do with us, man. We're a menace at this point. She just saw us and immediately flashed away. As right here, we almost get caught. The Cloud Drake is up as Nami flashes in and pops the ultimate, but it's alright. So we're thinking, okay, maybe we can go for the dragon right away, or should we wait to catch somebody off guard? And Nami right here, instead of catching somebody off guard, she does get caught, but we jump up, we stun Graves, but he has his dash to get away as Jarvan just jumps in and catches Ari. Maybe we can pick up another kill, but Yasuo was hitting the dragon the entire time, so we're like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna just change my objectives. I'm gonna go for the dragon, try to secure the dragon first, and then focus on the team fight. So we do manage to pick up the dragon again, and then right here we managed to pick up Orianna, nice and easy. But we end up right here switching, rotating back, and we go for Jarvan instead. Right here we really just stole their kills. It was terrible, you know. I got a little bit too greedy. Maybe we should have fully committed to Sona right there. Maybe that would have been the better play. As right here, me and Corki, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I got Corki. We can definitely get this tower. But you'll see what I'm talking about with Misfortune. So right here, I was like, okay, we have such a lead. We can definitely take it. But look at the damage. I mean, she almost gets another easy kill on Corki right there. I mean, she was just doing so much damage. Okay, we pick up the Raptors. The Baron is up, and the Elder Dragon is spawning next. But when I look back at this game in general, I'm actually kind of upset with the build a little bit, because the build I went with in this game was actually Trinity Force, Blade of the Rune King into Guardian, Stairrock Gauge, and then I end up going Mortal Reminder. And when I look back at the game, what I should have actually done was I should have just picked up Trinity Force, Stairrock's Gauge, Guardian's Angel, and then for the last 2 items, just go, you know, full tank, like maybe the Thorn Mill or something that would have made me a little bit more sustainable in the team fight, because we didn't have a frontliner. And later on in the games, you're going to see how that really hurt us, because we didn't have that character that could just jump in, you know, like they did with Jarvan and tank so much damage. So this game, we kind of got a little bit too carried away with, you know, the kills and the early game success that we had. And instead of looking at team success, you know, I was like, okay, you know, I want to see how many kills I can get. I want to try snowball as much as I can. So with the build, I ended up going with the Mortal Reminder and Blade of the Rune King, which are 2 normally you probably wouldn't go with them. You should probably go Trinity Force into Stairrock's Gauge, and then Guardians and maybe something else. you know, that adds a little bit more tankiness to you. And that honestly was just a mistake on my part, because we didn't have a frontliner, we didn't have a tank. And if I maybe built that, you know, that frontliner with the items, I probably could have been the person that jumped in, you know, stunned a few people, and then we just waited for my team to come clean up, because I did have my guardians. And right here you're gonna see it. So we did manage to pick up a kill right there, but look how fast this turns into a 3 versus 1 situation. It was a 5 versus 4 situation because Ari managed to pick up Graves, and in a matter of split seconds it immediately turns into a 3 versus 1. I was like, how in the world did that happen? Like, we just got obliterated, you know. Ari did a fantastic job, picked up Graves. I split off the team a little bit too much, was a mistake on my part. But then I get there, and then in a matter of seconds it just turns into a 3 versus 1 situation. I was like, what is going on? And then right here, another mistake on my part. I wasn't aggressive enough. So Nami comes and she ultimates. Like, when I look back at it, what I should have done was pop my third ability and jump right in and see if I could stun some people and try to see if I could actually force a team fight right there. But we were, like I said, you know, we were playing a little bit too passively, because we were always weary of that. Like, I'm not a tank, I don't have tank items, you know. And because of the early game success we had, you know, I was like, you know, I want to get more kills, and that kind of led over to that moment right there in the Infernal Dragon. So right here I noticed that Jarvan was a little bit split from his teammates, so we jump on him, we managed to get decent damage on him. And right here I was just thinking to myself, okay, you know, this is the perfect opportunity for us. We needed this because we couldn't win in a 5 versus 5 fight. So I was like, I did enough damage on Jarvan, he's definitely gonna reset, let's just go for the Baron. You know, I was always thinking to myself, okay, this is the opportunity we needed. We needed this because they went for the Elder, and now this is something that we have to do. So we ended up going for Baron right away. But like I said, our team just got picked off one by one. Ari went, and then Nami got picked off. We do manage to pick up the Baron buff, but everybody dies. It's like, it truly, when it was not worth it. And right here, well, another mistake. I mean, I was just making mistakes all game long, but in the heats of the moment, you know, you don't really notice it, but we did have a minion wave right here. And instead of going with my minion wave with the Baron buff to give them, you know, to sustain a bit longer, I go back in the base to heal, and we just lose the game off of that. You know, and watching it back, I was like, man, why didn't I go with my minion wave in the middle to give them the buff? So that way, maybe, you know, because minion waves are just tough with the buff. And I was like, man, why didn't I do that? But overall, man, it was a fun game nonetheless. It was an extremely fun game. I had lots of fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed.